Hello, welcome back to the channel. Right, it is November, so you're watching a very recent video. As you know, I've been putting some of my archive videos up, and I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, to be honest, from a YouTube point of view. Obviously, people aren't going to watch videos from 10 years ago. A few people are. So I'm slightly concerned that I might have shot myself in the foot with the algorithm. But I'm trying to live a life where we don't get bothered about the algorithm. So hopefully, as you can see, this is a recent video. And I need to continue to get rid of some of my stuff. Oh, there's cobwebs all over the place out here. And I've been surprised that I've actually got rid of far more than I thought. But there is still, I think 1 or 2 boxes, because all this is somebody else's stuff. I think about 2 or 3 boxes that I still need to go through, and the shed, I've already gone through the shed. That's all empty. I am going to sell the shed, so if there's anybody in South East London that wants to buy a brand new shed, I'll work out a price. I would like to get very close to what I paid for it, because it's literally, it only turned up in September. There's a blast from the past now. I'm finding a lot of documents. So this is the first gardening show that I was ever in, which I think is now folded. So I will keep them, because when I go back to Wales, if what I'm told is true, that there is no gardening club in the area that I'm going to, I might start a society up. And in fact, I might start the same society that closed down, I think, about 10 years ago now. So I might relight that one and get that back up and running again. So these show schedules will be very handy if there's enough interest to put on a show. Because we used to put on some fantastic shows. Hold on, look at this picture here. That's a picture of me in my home garden with a dog. I think the dog was called Bonnie, and it lived in the garden beyond us, but it used to jump over. And there's a picture of my old school, which has now been demolished. The whole thing is gone. It's just an empty bit of land. I should find out what the position is with the empty bit of land. Just from a interest point of view, just to see what's going on with it. These seem to be a lot of my old work. This was a TV show idea that I'd come up with. Let me make sure there's no addresses on this. It was called the Flower Shop, and it was a TV show that was going to be targeted for BBC Two. So every year, and like I said, this might have changed now because I haven't put a TV idea into the BBC or to the broadcasters for about 30 years, so it might have changed. But every September and May, you had to submit a TV idea. So every TV idea starts off with just 1 page outlining what that series was. And the Flower Shop was based on a book. And I found the book the other day, I've still got it. It was based on a book written by Jennifer Davis, who is behind the Victorian kitchen garden. And she had written this book, and it was basically the Victorian kitchen garden, but for the flower shop, and it was about the history of the flower shop. So I had come up with a 29-minute program with 6 episodes to go out on a weekday afternoon, because that's you had to pitch it. And this was basically a look at the history of the flower shop. But it didn't get anywhere. In those days, people weren't interested in those type of things. What's this then? This is a letter from Parliamentary Estates. This was for a DVD that I made about the Cherokee Male Voice Choir, which was a local choir. It's still there. It's been going on for about 150 years. And they've gone all over the world. And I was making a video for them, a DVD. And I had to come up to interview the Member of Parliament. And when you see the TV crews filming outside, whether that's for the news, you know, they stood there and they're going in Parliament today, another lie was told, you need permission to be on that bit of grass, and it's called Abington Green. So this is granting me permission to be there for half an hour on July the 3rd, 2006. I had permission to film there. Weren't allowed to use any props. No more than 8 people could I take. And so when the police come up to you, because they do this now, wherever you go in London, usually the police will come up to you and say, "What are you doing?" And then I could show my little bit of information to say that I was all legit and it had been approved by Parliament. So I'll get rid of that. What's this? Oh, right, okay. This is a release form for a video film. Was it? No, it was a DVD. It was a movie to go out in the cinemas, but it never did. It went straight to DVD. It was a horror film. I don't know how I ended up on this because I don't like horror films. That's what happened. Their location manager, something happened and he couldn't continue his job, so they had to find somebody quick, and they found me. It's for a film called Daddy's Girl, which was a horror film. I think it was called something else when the DVD was released in America. And it's about this, based on a true story apparently, it's about this girl who liked to drink the blood of other people. And I think she killed her best friend. I'm not quite sure. But I had to find, because I never actually saw the final film. I had the script and I read the script and I was like, oh, okay, well, okay, that's not my cup of tea, but it's a job. So I never actually saw the film when it came out. I think I skipped through it, but I had to find the locations for it. And we filmed in a disused hospital in South Wales, because one of the scenes was she had killed somebody or killed herself in a bathtub. And the bathtub, we were pretending it was in New York, I think it was. I'm not entirely sure, I can't remember. I think it was in New York. And she's dead in the bath, or somebody's dead in the bath, and the water overflows and floods the entire apartment. So we filmed that in a hospital, and we had to make sure that the crew had got every single shot possible, because the next week the hospital was being pulled down, so there was no chance to go back and do what we call pickups, where you go back and pick up a shot. So this is a release form which you would give for some of the supporting artists. So when the ambulance turns up, if the actor doesn't say anything, they're classed as a supporting artist, and therefore they don't get paid as much. Even if an actor walked on stage and said, "Where's the patient?" that is classed as proper acting, so they get paid a bit more. Right, those are some legal papers which I might keep. Do you find that you just keep things for years and years? What's this? That's a wrap. This is another TV idea. Obviously, we've found my TV idea box. That's a wrap. A new television program for up-and-coming wannabe filmmakers. I don't even remember what this is. A new 30-minute TV show that looks at the film industry from the point of view of up-and-coming filmmakers and previews their latest work. And I can see now why this wasn't picked up. This isn't a TV idea. This is more of a YouTube idea. because these were the days before YouTube. I wonder if my thesis isn't... I had to do when I went to university. I had to write a thesis. And I concentrated on... I did a analysis of Erin Brockovich, the film. And I actually got her to provide me with a quote. Because I just found her phone number in the phone book and just phoned her up, and we spoke about the film. So she appeared in my thesis. Erin Brockovich was a movie starring Julia Roberts, where, based on a true story, this woman called Erin, she couldn't get a job and she had kids to support. And one day there's a car accident and she goes to court, and the judge allegedly said to her, "You'll be all right, I'll look after you." And it turned out that she wasn't. She had to pay thousands of pounds. And so she basically said to her lawyer, "I need a job. So can you try and give me a job?" And he said he didn't have anything in the office. But she ignored that, and she just turned up, and she started doing a bit of filing. And the next thing, he then gives her a job. And while she's doing the filing in the office, she's asking questions like, where does this file go? And why are we keeping these files, these papers in that file? Shouldn't they be in the other files? And she started asking questions and then started to put two and two together. And anyway, the long story short is she helped bring a water company, I think it was. It was a water company, and they had been polluting the water and they hadn't told the public, or they told the public that it was okay when it wasn't okay, because there were a lot of health issues going on. So in the end, she ended up retraining as a lawyer, and now she is still there, and I think her specialist subject now is environmental law and things. Right, I've got some old pictures, but I'm actually going to I don't usually get rid of old pictures, but these are prints. I have the original somewhere. This is how hard I am being with my getting rid of things. Right, Christmas Voices, that was the name of my book. Right, this is the TV version of a book. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that. Oh, we've got a bit of music here. This is a song that I had to sing for some concert. I haven't sung in public for about 30 years. And this is a song called "This Is the Moment" from Jekyll and Hyde, I think. This is the moment, this is the day, when I send all my doubts and demons on their way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play, is here and now today. This is the moment, this is the time, when the momentum and the moment are in rhyme. Give me this moment, this precious chance. I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment when all I've done, all of the dreaming, scheming and screaming becomes one. Anyway, so what else do we have? Oh, so we've got some papers. Ah, look at this. This is the manuscript to one of my books. So when you write a book, you just type it out. Yeah, just type all the words out, and then you send it off, and then they then send you the first draft. I didn't realize I had all these. So they then send you the first draft called the proofs. Hold Hold on, because I want to try and hold it. Right, so that is what you send, which is just a list of words with indications of where the pictures are going to be. And then this is what they send you back. So this is from September 2010. So you then go through the book, and sometimes you'll find a spelling mistake, or you don't like the layout of the page or something. So you then write on these, like that. I've put to there that the line is too close. So you go, oh look, there's a picture of me in the snow. Right, I think this videotape, not tape, but you know, I think it's coming to an end. It's telling me there's only 30 seconds left. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to have to finish this video, unfortunately, just as we were getting into it. So thanks for joining me, and I'll catch up with you next time when I'm probably one step closer to going back to Wales. Like I said, I'm in the middle of making the arrangements to go back and have a chat to somebody and to have a look at the place. Right, it's telling me I've got 10 seconds, so I'm going to catch up with you next time. So from me until then, bye for now. There's always time for a cup of tea.